Hey everybody, bit of a more casual video tonight. Gonna be mostly unscripted. I've got a list of things I want to talk about, and what I want to talk about is the funniest joke in Revolutionary Girl Utena, in my opinion. It's from the episode Take Care, Miss Nanami. For the background, basically Nanami has just started going out with an elementary schooler. She's in middle school, and so Utena and Mickey are wondering, what the hell is she doing? And while they're looking out the window at her, this happens.
さあ
どんなに虐げられようとも好きな人のそばにいられるだけで嬉しい。それもまた愛の形。愛には様々な形がある。ちなみに僕とアンシーの愛は忍ぶ愛。忍ぶ愛。
誰も聞いてないよ。ねえ、これ鈴木くんに頼まれたんだけど。ねえ、山田くんが読んでほしいって。
I love this moment. I didn't think it was worth a whole scripted video to talk about it, but I do have some things I want to say. Number one, this is the first truly funny joke in the show. There's been like silly stuff happening before now. Nanami got swarmed by animals, and there's lots of small details like Choo Choo doing funny stuff, but they're just little chuckles. But this is the first setup punchline joke that really hits home, and I've noticed that this was the first joke that really stood out to me watching the series the first time. And when I've shown the series to other people, which I've only done for 2 other people, but they both laughed out loud at this joke, and it's the first one they did that for, and I think it's for good reason. This joke is actually really funny instead of just being kind of wacky, if you get what I'm saying. Point number 2. This establishes continuity in 2 directions. Saionji references past events because he's talking about episodes 1 and 2, which the audience will then remember. And he also pulls out his exchange diary with Anthy, which will be the subject of the next Nanami episode, Curried High Trip, and will come up, a few more times throughout the course of the series. So it's referencing things that have happened before now and hinting at things that'll happen in the future. And up to this point, the show hasn't been very continuity heavy. Things reset at the end of the episode for the most part. Mickey showed up in this episode, characters recur, but when Saionji was defeated, he disappeared. I assumed when I first watched the series, and so did the people I also watched it with for the first time, that he wasn't going to come back. Saionji is such a villain of the week in the first 2 episodes. He seems to have no depth at all. He slaps the shit out of Anthy and just generally acts like a total jackass. So when he appears here and says that, it's a totally different side of Saionji than you've seen up until this point in the series. So it's really surprising when you see this guy who you just thought was a total asshole and just irredeemably cruel and mean show up and just kind of try to connect with Utena and Mickey in this really funny way, and then just totally get rejected because, he's still an asshole. Point number 3. This instantly makes Saionji likable, and it instantly makes him way more interesting, which I kind of just got into. This is a Saionji we haven't seen before. He wants to be understood about just how misunderstood he is. Classic teenager dilemma. Later on, we'll kind of learn that Saionji's mostly an asshole because of his relationship with Toga, and the reason he's so cruel to Anthy is because Akio is manipulating him. Now, that doesn't really excuse his actions. He's a total dick. But the point is that he has had really rough relationships with the people in his life, and he's a very lonely and sad dude. He's lashing out. When Saionji is in power, he exerts that power with cruelty and abandon. But the second that he's out of the limelight, when he's not the chosen one, he becomes kind of whiny and desperate for affection, and it's sort of adorable how pathetic he is. In a way, because he's legitimately kind of funny. Later on, he'll be cooking eggs, and Nanami's going to show up and talk to him about it. And he's just so likable in these moments when he's at his lowest, and he's just moaning about it in a way. It's so adorably naive. And I think that's all I really got to say about this joke. I think it's the first moment we see Saionji as a three-dimensional character, which, that's a pretty important moment in the show because you see him pop up and you're like, wow, I thought he was gone. Whoa, this is a totally different side of Saionji. That's funny, and you laugh. And so it sticks out to you. And then you get into the second season and realize that every side character has 4 episodes dedicated to them. And it's incredible because then you realize, oh, wow, these characters actually, mean something. And the first season, they seem so disposable because you run through them. It's not clear that she's going to continue to fight the same characters and that we're going to continue to develop these characters. So when Saionji pops up, it's a hint that the series isn't going to be forgetting things that it's left behind. Anyway, that's enough ranting about this short joke. I hope you enjoyed this. I made it kind of quick because I didn't think that this really deserved a whole scripted video thing. My next video probably is going to be about a graphic novel called Beautiful Darkness, which I'm sure you don't care about if you're watching this. And after that, I'll probably do another Shadow Girls interpretation. Hope you stick around, and thanks for watching.